I think people get tattooed because, you know, there's not a lot of real stuff left in the world, and it's all like a 24-hour news cycle. Nothing lasts. With tattooing, it's blood, it's pain, it's permanence. And when you get that needle in your skin for the first time, you have to be there. You can't just call it in. You have to sit there and take the pain, and then sit there and heal it. And then you got to live with the consequences of your action.
Hey guys, welcome to the show. Today I'm going to do a little video on tattoo regret. Something that I'm sure if you're tattooed, you have thought about and perhaps regretted something you've gotten. Or you've seen other people with tattoos and thought, I bet he regrets that. So a little short video, I don't have a lot of time today. It's a funny thing, tattoo regret. I mean, the whole idea of regretting your tattoos, I guess, has changed since the advent of laser and the mainstream availability of laser, because you can get dumb shit now and mostly get it removed. Getting a full removal is still quite difficult and takes a long time. It's painful and costly, but possible. I guess the obvious tattoo regret tattoos would be, you know, the face tattoo, the neck tattoo, the hand tattoo, stuff like that. I know there's a lot of guys that are fans of the hand tattoo. I'm not one of them. I don't do them. I don't have them. As a lifelong outlaw, I've always wanted to be able to swim in whatever waters I want to swim in, right? So if I want to put my suit on in long sleeves and melt into the crowd, I can do that. If I'm feeling the need to be a show-off, I can roll my sleeves up and go to any bar and be that guy, you know what I mean? For me, having that ability is important. I think, you know, there's that saying from the movie American Gangster when Denzel says, you know, the loudest guy in the room is the weakest guy in the room. I think something like that. I'm paraphrasing. So I think having to scream out with all this shit tattooed all over your public skin, you know, I think says a lot. I'm not that guy. And I think most of those people secretly probably regret having that shit at times. Tattoo regret's real. I mean, people come in here, you know, and they ask for stuff, and then they get it, and then they immediately fucking bitch about it and regret it. And, you know, they want us to pay their laser and shit, right? You know, it's funny. A lot of people don't understand the concept of, and again, laser aside, tattoos are for life, right? For the most part. You know what I mean? You get a big black tattoo, it ain't fucking going anywhere, right? And so, you know, people don't think things through. They get the boyfriend's name, or they get the girlfriend's name on the hip, or the boyfriend's name on the boob, you know, or they get some fucking stupid shit tattooed on them. You know what I mean? You're going to fucking regret that, right? You're going to regret that. And I guess that's part of being young is regret doing dumb things. Problem is, you know, with tattoos, they don't go away, right? And with the internet, shit doesn't go away. You know what I mean? I'm constantly telling people, like, be careful what you put on your social media, man. That shit's not going to go away. People are going to screenshot that shit. They're going to save that shit, hold it against you later. You know, you're going to regret putting that stuff online, right? And you're going to regret tattooing dumb shit on yourself, all right? Regret's one of those funny things. It's a bit of a wasted emotion. You know, it doesn't change anything having regret. I just think it's important to think things through before you get them. See the big picture and zoom out a little bit. You know, like you want to get the hand tattoos because you're a 25-year-old tradie and you think it's cool, makes you look tough. But fast forward, you know, to when you're 40 and you've got your kids and, you know, you're taking them to soccer after school and you look like that guy. And you're not that guy, right? Because you're just a tradie. You're not a fucking gangster. You're not a fucking Yakuza member. You're not a biker. You know what I mean? But you've done this shit to yourself because it's cool. And I think that will elicit some kind of regret because it's a reality you'll have to live with every day, right? So I think it's important to to keep the idea of regret as a concept in your mind, right? Will I regret doing this? You know what I mean? I don't mean like getting drunk and sleeping with the, you know, the popular girl. I don't mean that kind of regret. I mean, you know, I'm getting a big fucking owl head on the side of my neck on a whim, right? Am I going to regret that? Yeah, Yeah, you're gonna fucking regret that, right? Most likely, you know. Now, on the flip side of that, you might fucking love it. You know, there's a certain power, as we all know, to tattoos, and something that seems like a silly idea or a silly drawing, once on the skin, can be fucking awesome and powerful if it's put in the right place and done properly. So I'm not the judge. I don't give a fuck what you do, right? I'm just talking from being old man now. I'm 51. Been in the tattoo world a little bit. You know, and as someone mentioned the other day, it was a good metaphor for older dudes counseling younger people, is that older people can kind of see around corners that young people don't even know exist yet. You know what I mean? And so I try to just point out that there's a possibility that there will be some regret involved in some of the decisions regarding tattoos. You know what I mean? Like young girls getting, you know, daddy's girl in big fucking letters across their lower back, right? Yeah, it's cool, it's sexy, whatever, but, you know, or is it, right? I don't fucking know. You know what I mean? But how's that going to look when you're fucking 40, right? And you got kids. You know what I mean? This kind of shit, right? There's a lot of trendy fashion fucking tattoos that, you know, I think people will come to regret. And I guess this is why in the last, you know, 15, 20 years I've, excuse me, very much made my focus traditional Japanese. I don't stray from it. I don't do anything other than that. Because I don't want to do dumb shit. You know what I mean? I still do a little bit of lettering for some of my older clients, some script like I used to do a lot of. But I've never been a fan of boyfriend, girlfriend, wife, husband names. I'll do kids' names for sure. Definitely no necks, no hands, no faces, none of that shit. I like to have my conscience clean and my, you know, my body of work to be pure, right? So I don't have to deal with this shit. You know, I think we're going to see, I mean, now the trend, you know, in my shop, it seems to be, I don't know if it's everywhere, but just a lot of little outline tattoos. No one's getting color. No one's getting thick lines. There'll be a lot of stuff that's, you know, 1-2 passes with the laser, it's gone. A lot of silly little tattoos, right? That seems to be like the overwhelming amount of work that's being done at the moment in terms of walk-in stuff and small tattoos for people, you know? So maybe for them, you know, they're getting like, you know, I guess you could call it a temporary tattoo. Fine line tattooing is like temporary tattooing. You know, in this day and age, right? A little fine line of like the pinky swear on the back of the arm. And when I say fine line, I mean like we're talking super fine, right? It's just going to fall out in less than a year. Be a little mirage. You know what I mean? So I don't know if they'll regret that, right? It'll just be more of an embarrassment. You know what I mean? All this dumb shit people are getting. You can tell I'm a little bit cynical today. I've had some shit going on. The shop's in a bit of a disarray. I won't get into it too much now. I'll get into it on the next video, and I'm still processing it all. But if you've been following me on social media, you'll see I've got some help wanted ads up and stuff like that. So there's been a bit of a shit show here. But yeah, today's little regret thing, this is just stream of consciousness. Haven't really followed it through. Haven't really thought it through. I was just thinking the other day about how, I guess the number one thing, when you tell someone I'm getting tattooed, or I got tattooed, or I've got tattoos, is aren't you going to regret that when you're old? Aren't you going to regret that when you're old? Right? And if you're tattooed, I'm sure you've heard these words, right? And I don't think so. I think if you make good decisions, why would you regret it, right? Well, I don't regret any of my tattoos. I mean, I've lasered a ton of shit off, and I didn't regret those tattoos at the time, nor did I regret them when I had to laser them off. They were just in the way for new shit. Much like if you had an old house, and you were tired of that house, and you had to tear it down and build a new house, right? Don't regret the old house. It's just I'm building a new house. And so I don't regret my tattoos. I never really did a lot of dumb shit, you know. But that's what non-tattooed people seem to think. There's a lot of regret in tattooing, you know. And I think if you make good decisions, there shouldn't be regret, you know. Don't make impulsive, silly decisions. Definitely don't get tattoos for other people, like, you know, trying to impress a girl by getting her name tattooed on you. I mean, I don't know if that happens anymore, man. But when I was a kid, that was the thing, right? Everyone did that, you know. And I used to wear my heart on my sleeve when I was young, but fuck, I never did that shit, right? But yeah, I think non-tattooed people don't really understand what tattooing is. There's always that word regret thrown around, right? Like, you know, like when you're fucking 80, man, you're gonna have a lot of other things to worry about than, you know, your tattoos being saggy and fucking all this shit that people say, right? I don't know. Anyways, look, not a very exciting episode today. My energy is a little bit low, as I mentioned, due to external situations. So I'll have a new video for you next week. I might even go into depth about what's going on here, if anyone cares. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and have a great day, and I'll see you soon.